The shelves were almost empty. One lonely tomato, a whisper of flour, and I thought, we start with what's left. That's secret number 1. Secret number 2, she never wastes a crumb. But the way she proved it made me question everything I knew about food. Breadcrumbs turned into gold dust, stretching flavor further than money ever could. This one's for when the sky forgets us. She fried leftover crusts till they sang. In her kitchen, nothing was poor. Oh, not this one. And I realized some secrets they buried. Inside was sugar from a time of rationing. She kept it not for taste, but memory. Capito? She laughed. We fill it again. That's secret 4. Turn sorrow into motion. She reused every glass jar. Pasta, beans, rice, all labeled like precious gems. But then she did something I'd never seen. Added water to the egg. I gasped. Secret 5, the water trick. Fluffy, filling, forgiving. She called it breakfast for saints who run out of coins. When she reached the back, a sealed envelope fell. Not yet, she whispered. Secret 6, grow one thing near your window. Even a lemon tree in a pot gives more flavor than anything you can buy. Then thunder hit. She moved faster, muttering, storm means luck if you're ready. Flower listens, she said. Rush it and it breaks your heart. Secret 7, patience. You want to know why I whisper to the dough? Listen closely. This is the strangest thing you will ever hear. She whispered names of everyone she'd ever fed. Secret 8, feed your memories first. Someone knocks. The neighbor, drenched, holding a basket. Inside, jars of tomatoes. By nightfall, the shelves are full again. Not with wealth, but with wisdom. This envelope, see how brittle it is with age. You think it holds recipes. It is a letter from my mother, from the war. Inside, rules for survival. Next to it, this key. Secret 10 sleeps behind this door. You must see. Inside, rows of beans are marked by chalk. Hope, rain, Sunday. We measure not in cup. Secret 11. Dry beans never die. They just wait. By night, the beans came alive again, swelling like hearts remembering love. I leaned closer. She whispered. She stirred slowly, eyes far away. That spoon held stories. Then she froze. A hidden jar covered in dust. Secret 13, she murmured. She sprinkled the crumbs like gold flakes over soup. That moment I understood abundance isn't bought. I asked, why 27 secrets? She smiled, half joking. It's how many Sundays She'd prayed through hunger and storms. Each bead was a recipe, each prayer a meal. But then I saw it. Forbidden. I reached for it. No, she snapped. It was nutmeg. Simple, pure. We used it only when guests came, she said. Luxury hides in the smallest seeds. Then lightning hit again. The lights died. She whispered. In silence, she reached for a small grinder. Coffee, she said softly. As the grinder turned, I heard a click. Beneath the grounds, a hidden compartment. It wasn't gold or money, just a small cross, Secret 16, she said. But that wasn't the end. She said, you've seen 16, now the real saving begins. Yeah. By afternoon, the rain stopped. The kitchen smelled of fritters. She dried herbs in the open air, then sealed them with salt. Secret 17, she smiled. Where did this come from? She poured 2 drops. Secret 18, she said softly. A sip for them. The scent filled the kitchen. She never let sadness spoil the air. A good pantry, she said. Then, a gust. The letter flew open again, and this time, new. Secret 19, she read. Hide the sweet things. I asked why. But someone was watching from the doorway. She didn't turn, just whispered, that's why we never keep sugar near the window. She locked the cabinet quietly. Fear, like hunger, doesn't need shouting. It needs respect. Then she lifted a basket I hadn't noticed. Inside, a jar. Sun-dried tomatoes. Secret 21, she said proudly. Color for winter. You see, when... But as I helped, a small note slipped out beneath the seeds. It was from her sister, long gone. Secret 22, she whispered. Beneath this. Then she said, we go now. Where? I asked. She smiled. To test the pantry. We walked through the rain, basket in hand. She greeted every neighbor, trading us. One neighbor gave her an envelope too. Inside, just a single coin. She smiled. When we came back, somehow the shelves looked richer. Not with things, but with stories. Then I saw it. One jar glowing faintly in the corner. Secret 24. Garlic in oil, magic and medicine. Keeps hunger, sickness, and gossip away in one simple trick. But then smoke rose higher than before. She didn't panic. Ha! She smiled. Now you'll learn secret. She threw flour into the hot oil. It calmed instantly. Cool a burn, she said, like a hearten. By morning, the kitchen breathed again. Every jar sang a quiet promise. Each meal. But then she found a folded cloth marked LC. I asked who that was. Her husband. Lost at sea decades ago. He taught me to save every... She placed the photo near the soup pot. Secret 27, she said softly. Never eat alone. But something stirred beneath her calm. I saw tears hit the broth. She whispered, 2 bowls sat ready, though only one of us would eat. Always serve for 2, she said. Love doesn't understand loneliness. Someone's been here. The storm outside returned. Wind whispering secrets through the shutters. She didn't lock the door. Instead, she whispered, if they took food, let them eat. Hunger's louder than guilt, capito? But then... Footsteps. Someone outside the door again. A hungry child. She handed him bread without question. The last secret, she smiled. But as he left, one jar still glowed faintly. Strange, I said. The storm faded. She hummed again, quiet and steady. Her pantry, once empty. Then I saw it. Tiny letters beneath her mother's signature. Pass it on before you go. She folded it quietly. It means, she said, these secrets aren't mine. They're meant for anyone who still listens to old kitchens. The clock struck midnight. Now, she said, your turn begins. But she didn't look at me anymore, only at the soup. Each secret, she whispered. She slid me a notebook, fragile, handwritten. Write yours here, she said. She smiled, slow and tired. Now you know, she whispered. I blinked, and she was gone. The spoon still stirred itself. The letter flushed. By dawn, she was memory and warmth. 27 secrets kept the pantry alive. The morning felt new. Her chair sat empty, yet the air still hummed with her voice. And I began to write. But when the first tear hit the page, the ink moved. Each line shimmered like oil in sunlight. Keep feeding others, it read. I baked again that day, her way. Slow, patient, full of breath. But as I packed the bread, I remembered her final words. Pass it on before you go. I wasn't sure where to start. So I walked through old streets, carrying her bread. A boy watched quietly. I offered a slice. He asked, "Who taught you that?" I smiled. An Italian grandma you'd have loved, Jay. He ate slowly, respectfully. I realized the secrets were spreading again. Then I saw it, the old village from her stories. The same rooftops she described when she spoke about the kitchen of time. Women sat outside, peeling beans, laughing softly. Their rhythm matched hers. At the market, I froze. A recipe card just like hers, pinned to a stall. Same handwriting. Could it be one of her sisters? The woman laughed. Your Nonna taught my mother. We all keep a few of her secrets. Then the card flew away. I chased it, down the alley, over cobblestones, until it landed in water, ink spreading like memory. The ink bled into blue, but one line remained. Feed others, and hunger forgets your name. The bell rang. Same hour she always cooked. For a moment, I heard her in it. I left the last loaf at the fountain. Someone would find it. Someone hungry, someone grateful. Now you know the real secret. The air feels lighter. I have left something behind for you. Peace, maybe. When I opened the notebook again, new words appeared. Pass this to the next cook. That night, I left the candle burning. The pantry glowed with life, her secret sensing. The next morning, the air felt different, warmer, lighter. The village breathed, but then I saw it, her notebook in the postman's bag. He said it came from nowhere, addressed simply, to whoever still cooks. A young woman read the words aloud, her kitchen empty like mine once was. Soon. And that's how it began. The 27 secrets crossing oceans, whispered in kitchens from Palermo to... She stirred sauce the same way Nonna did. Her kids laughed as she whispered, Secret 1, begin with what's left. Soon, families everywhere shared her recipes online. 27 secrets reborn in every language. Thousands cooked at once, different accents, same aroma. Somewhere, Nonna's spirit must have smelled, watching her limbs. Everywhere, people shared a loaf, a laugh, a story. The world's pantry was filled. Someone uploaded an old video of her. She looked straight into the camera, saying, Remember, nothing's truly gone if it fed someone once. Comments poured in, people thanking a woman they never met. I realized abundance had gone viral, turning kindness into currency again. Then a message appeared from user LC1924. My heart stopped. It was their wedding photo, scanned and sent. Caption read, Her recipes reached me too. Then the screen faded, as if he'd just said goodbye one last time. Silence filled the kitchen again, but peaceful, not lonely. Every crumb, every breath carried their story forward. Then I found a map inside the notebook, a dotted path across the sea. So I followed it to Morocco. I traded bread for spice, stories for smiles. Across continents, kitchens glowed with her rhythm, garlic sizzling. Nonno's 27. The sea looked calm again, forgiving. I imagined her there, whispering new, but one page remained blank. Maybe that was the 28th secret, the one she left for me to discover on my own. I wrote, "Feed who you love, even when they're gone." Then I smelled her secret. Across the world, kitchens woke together. Steam rose like prayer. Different ingredients, same intention. Every cook repeating the rhythm she taught. But then, someone discovered a note hidden in the dough. Inside the bread, a parchment browned by age. If you found this, you're part of the kitchen of time. They spread flour on the counter, tracing the continents with their fingers, realizing her message had traveled. Feed who you love, even when they're gone. My blood turned warm. The whole broadcast was playing her voice from decades ago, Nonna speaking to the future, finally heard by everyone she ever wished to feed. But no one knew where the transmission came from. The station was empty, abandoned for years. Maybe it was wind, maybe faith. Either way, the world listened. From Mumbai to Madrid, wooden spoons moved in sync, every kitchen part of her rhythm. Nonna's song had become humanity's prayer. In every spoonful, children tasted patience. Parents taught kindness. Families grew full. Online, it spread faster than fire. Hashtag 27 secrets trending everywhere. People shared how Nonna's pantry changed their thousands of kitchens, one heartbeat. I felt her in every flicker, every post. The world had turned her wisdom into connection. Then, an email arrived. It was her handwriting again. The pantry was never about food, it read. It was about keeping love from spoiling. And there she was, alive, laughing in a restored kitchen. I realized it wasn't her ghost, it was her granddaughter in Sicily today. She'd continued the legacy without knowing. The 27 secrets had circled back home. Every jar carried a word: hope, peace, faith, love, in different tongues. They all cooked side by side, strangers who now felt like family. Every meal was a memory, shared. Final love baked in silence, its scent drifting skyward. And there it was, the full pantry, full world, full hearts. Her 27 secrets had lived. Night returned, but the kitchen stayed bright. I felt the notebook warming, almost breathing. I opened to the last blank page, placed a crumb there, and waited quietly, remembering Nonna's ink crawled from the crumb like vines, spelling a question. Who will you feed when no one's watching? Answer with dinner. I whispered names. The kitchen softened, and the pantry seemed to lean closer, as if a sudden knock echoed. 3 quick taps. The door swung open, revealing He placed it beside the notebook. When I untied the knot, a tiny wooden spoon appeared, carved with fresh initials and hope. The initials matched Nonna's husband. We stepped outside. The village lights flickered like candles on a cake. Down the alley, a door creaked. Inside, strangers waited around an I placed bread in the center, poured warm soup, and the room exhaled like bricks loosened. I swore to keep the pantry open, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt, because a shadow crossed the doorway, familiar posture, sailor's coat, dripping sea. I couldn't breathe. The boy nodded, as if he'd expected this reunion forever. You served a bowl. No one asked questions. The soup answered them better anyway, that night. The sailor lifted the spoon, tasted, and smiled with sea salt eyes. I turned the notebook toward everyone, ink glowing gently. Each guest wrote a name to feed. Then the lights flickered again, but no one feared darkness any. When silence returned, the pantry hummed like a ship's engine. We were sailing home. The candle flame bowed, a final, soft goodbye. As night gave way, then the spoon. It trembled one last time, a final, faint. And so the magic settles. The table becomes ordinary again, yes. But the story is not finished. See, the wind has turned the page. A new one waits for you. And so the pantry grows. My kitchen is now the world. The same recipe, the same hope, in every language. You remember now. The empty shelves. And the final secret writes itself. The most important one. Abundance is remembering who you cook for. The door closes, but the warmth remains. Capito? Morning again. The air is still, almost holy. And now the notebook quivers. One more message, slow, deliberate, You wait, but no words come. Only sunlight. The world outside smells of bread, of beginnings. My kiss. The spoon moves again, but softly this time. A wave. Goodbye. Half empty, half full. It does not matter. The pantry is alive as long as something is left to share. This is balance, not loss. Listen. Laughter, children. Distant, but near. My picture catches the light again. In it, I look younger, yes? The calendar still hangs. A date is circled in red. The note reads, down by the shore, a small boat drifts in. No oars, no sailor. On the crust, burned letters. They spell, home fed me. You cry softly, you break the bread, and let the crumbs fall to the sea. They shimmer, floating like golden prayers toward the deep. Below the surface, the crumbs glow brighter, like lanterns. The tide withdraws, quiet. The wind, it carries my laugh again. You turn, and the boy stands waiting. You place the notebook in his hands. You say to him. He nods, quiet, and he begins to mix the flour, as if he has known these secrets his whole shorten. This kitchen is not mine or yours. It is ours. The walls carry the same rhythm. Neat. You cook in silence, the good kind, filled with stories, laughter, and tiny ghosts. And there it is again, the spoon, passing through generations. It stirs time, not. The pantry is full again, but different, not with things, with stories, laughter. And then he writes something new, something simple. Secret 28, never let gratitude expire. That is how you know it is complete. My lessons have grown beyond their number. Every home now smokes with the same warmth. My scent has become the air's new accent. Laughter replaces silence. Bread replaces fear. For the first time that night, the first stars align. A familiar curve, a spoon's shape. The world sleeps, full and peaceful. The sea no longer roars. You leave the spoon beside the notebook again, for whoever wakes next. Kitchens do not need guards. Morning again. The markets are alive, voices trading, bread breaking. My rhythm did not end it. The child laughs, crumbs scattering like blessings. Maybe joy itself is the only. Inside the flour jar, you find a tiny heart carved long ago. My initials. You see? I was signing my pantry all along. My mark was not about ownership. It was a blessing. Everything I touched, even the emptiness. Then the door opens, and the people pour in, laughing, carrying jars. My pantry is. You eat together, under sunlight pouring straight from heaven's pantry. No one counts the portions. The steam rises and disappears into the light, forming the same spoon in the clouds again. Grazie. The boy closes the notebook, smiles, and whispers, Grazie. Perhaps that is all any word. The curtain breathes once more. My final exhale, perhaps. Then the wind, the crumbs gather together, shaping Sicily on the table. My homeland. And if you look close enough, you will see my reflection in your own kitchen window, too. From above, the world glows softly. Every lit window. The sun rises again, pouring over continents like oil. Above us, the spoon fades into the Milky Way. Perhaps I have joined the stars. Share what you have, even if it's just a story. I whispered back, always, Nonna. The light swallows the kitchen gently, leaving only warmth. Si cucina per chi si ama, non per fare bella figura.